Today I want to talk to you about hardening off seedlings, and it's not as simple as a lot of people think, especially if you've been growing under glass or you've been growing in the house. Now this process can be as easy as simply just opening the greenhouse door for an hour or so every day during the warmest parts of the day. But if, like me, you've got lots of different types of seedlings at many different stages, some are still on heat mats, many under cloches, but some ready to move outside, you're going to need to do something a little more imaginative. This process can often see you taking young seedlings like these sweet peas and moving them outside on a regular basis. Start small and build them up to acclimatizing them to be outside. Choose a warm, relatively still day and pop them outside just for an hour to an hour and a half each day and move them back into your growing space overnight. This process can often see you moving plants in and out of the greenhouse repeatedly. In and out. Once your seedlings have spent a couple of days, for around an hour and a half a day outside, you can start thinking about moving them outside for a full day. Make sure you set an alarm and don't leave them out overnight, as it may be a little bit too much of a shock for them. But once they've hardened off a little bit and they're used to having a little bit of wind around them, think about leaving them outside for an entire day. Once again, pick a nice, warm, dry and relatively still day for this. You don't want to push them too far too quickly. Remember, with this process, slow and steady is always best. Do bear in mind that if you were a small seedling like these broad beans, brought on in the house, greenhouse or grow tent, and you were placed outside and you got cold, the plant doesn't have the ability to pick itself up, take itself inside and pop on the kettle. It doesn't have the ability to put on another layer or maybe a woolly hat to keep itself warm. Placing seedlings that are well advanced into shock at this time of year can really set them back. You might have got yourself ahead by growing things in the house or in the greenhouse, but putting them outside too quickly and putting them into shock will set them weeks and weeks back in their growth cycle, meaning that you're no longer early in your growth cycle, you're actually going to be cropping later than you thought you were. So take the process slow and steady.